3 days of high-level talks wrap up in Jamaica. Tonight, CARICOM leaders shift focus from discussion to action across the region. Our Megan Shepherd on the ground in Montego Bay. And a Mexican yacht worker is jailed, accused of stabbing a South African steward to death aboard a vessel in Harbour Island. Plus, a happy birthday. From breaking monopolies to blazing fast speeds, Alive is celebrating nearly a decade of innovation in Bahamian telecommunications. Then in our news at 7:30, we are hours away from independence, and our vibrant, boldly Bahamian series with Bahama Handprints continues. We'll tell you the stories stitched in island pride. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. 3 days of intense meetings and discussions between regional leaders have come to an end, but that simply means now is the time for action. Chair of this year's CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, wrapping up a packed agenda of topics, all focused on people, partnership, and prosperity within the region. Megan Shepherd, who was in Montego Bay, gets us started tonight.
From the ongoing crisis in Haiti to Guyana leading the way in becoming food secure, to topics like young people having a stronger voice in the policies that shape their future, to even discussions on reparations. It was all discussed here at the 49th meeting of CARICOM Heads of Government. Chair and Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. Andrew Holness, says one of the key topics, though, is climate change and climate financing.
In November 2025, all roads will lead to Belém, Brazil, for the UN Climate Change Conference, that is COP30. As small states, we continue to have a vested interest in building climate resilience. We approved our regional climate priorities and revised framework for building climate resilience 2025-2030, ensuring that the Caribbean speaks with one voice on climate financing and adaptation.
Dr. Holness adding that there were also discussions surrounding legislation for online safety and protection of young people.
From online abuse, cyberbullying, and exploitation. In recognition of the importance of this issue, we have mandated the Legal Affairs Committee to look at a proposal for a model law for the digital safety of Caribbean people, following the consultations and discussions that were held.
But that wasn't all. Discussions continued around the ongoing crisis in Haiti, with Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Terence Drew, weighing in on support efforts.
All countries are on board to help out from the humanitarian standpoint. As you know, we don't have large armies, and those of us who have a sort of armies, really a defense force with limited resources. And so that might not be where the Caribbean is strongest, but the Caribbean, of course, what it's doing now through the CARICOM, and of course humanitarian-wise, we are always ready to support.
And now that plans have been put on paper and potential policies and legislation has been agreed upon, Caribbean citizens wait on implementation and action. Following the 6-month chairmanship of Dr. Holness, CARICOM moves to St. Kitts and Nevis. Reporting for our news from Montego Bay, Jamaica, I'm Megan Shepherd.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Megan. Prosecutors have dropped another murder case against a teen accused of a 2022 murder spree. The Director of Public Prosecutions has decided that 19-year-old Colby Taylor won't be tried for the August 13th murder of Mikel Bain. The 57-year-old was in front of his South Beach home when 2 gunmen emerged from a car and fatally shot him. The move comes weeks after prosecutors dropped a murder and attempted murder case stemming from a baby shower shooting. On August 21st, 2022, Jordell Avril, Perry Johnson, Tyrone Smith, and Darren Roll were attending a baby shower in Nassau Village when 2 gunmen shot up the place. Avril died on the scene. The other men were injured. An engineer on a luxury yacht is behind bars after he was accused of killing a fellow crew member. Prosecutors say 39-year-old Mexican national Brigito Munoz fatally stabbed 20-year-old Paige Bell in the yacht's engine room on July 3rd at Harbour Island in Eleuthera. Bell, a South African, worked as a steward on the yacht. The man didn't have to enter a plea to the charge when he stood before Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. Bail was denied. He's expected back in court on November 20th for a voluntary bill of indictment. And as government prepares to break ground on a multi-million-dollar prison facility, we're taking a look back at an exclusive preview of what that new facility would look like and why officials believe it will upgrade the Department of Corrections. Joshua Williams has this.
It's been over 2 years in the making. Government will finally break ground on a new Corrections Department facility and courthouse at the Bahamas Department of Corrections on Friday, a step closer to the construction of the long-awaited 3-level security prison. But how did we get here? The initial announcement of the prison came in 2022 with plans of holding 820 inmates, including a special unit for mentally ill patients. Since then, there's been a back and forth on the cost of the new prison. The original cost was slashed by approximately $40 million last year, after officials from the Ministry of Finance said the initial $90 million price tag was too high. But this week, Financial Secretary Simon Wilson confirmed it will remain at $90 million. At the time, National Security Minister Wayne Munro hit back at criticism from the opposition over the price tag.
This project is by the same persons who were engaged when the opposition was the government. We met this in trade. And so that's what's very disingenuous.
Cabinet finally approved funding for the new prison last year. Back in November, I got an exclusive first look of what exactly the $90 million would buy. BDOC's Commissioner Don Clare showed me renderings of the new facility, along with a model of one of the new cells with electronic wireless controls, an intercom system, modern bedding and plumbing, and even air conditioning, a move questioned by some.
They have that view until their family members come here. Until their family members come here. The current facilities here is not designed to help anyone.
It's a dream that will hopefully one day be a reality. Officials say it's now time to have a facility that rehabilitates, not just punish.
It is our duty now to change the mindset and the behavior of those who come into our care. And we cannot do that with the current facilities. We need a new modern facilities to impart what we are now being taught in our new model to enact change in these offenders.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, including the continuation of our Boldly Bahamian series. But before we get to that, it's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he's standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Ganino, and a happy hump day, everybody. Gray skies around most of the northwestern portion of the central Bahamas, courtesy of that upper level low and the moisture in place. We'll show that in our satellite picture, but it is still gray on the outside right now, 82 degrees under cloudy skies, east-southeast winds at 12 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is a very humid 86 degrees. Temperatures right now around the family of islands, it's 84 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, 85 over in Alistown, Bimini. We pick up 82s, Marsh, Barbacoa, Nicholstown, Andros, here in the capital. Great Harbour Key, the Berry Islands, 83, 81 in Governor's Harbour, Eleuthera. Into the central Bahamas, more 82s popping up in Kemps Bay, South Andros, Black Point, the Exuma Chain, 84 in Arthurstown, Cat Island, Coburn Townsend, Salvador, Port Nelson, Rum Key, Deadman's Key, Long Island, and in Georgetown, Exuma. Southeast Bahamas, also in the mid-80s here with 84s, Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands, Abrahams Bay, 85, 86 in Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands, Matthewtown, Inagua. You are in the warm spot. 87 degrees at this hour. Satellite radar composite, the setup remains the same, upper level trough, low pressure system or disturbance, moving across areas stretching from just northeast of the Bahamas to another low pressure system just to the south of Cuba. That's destabilizing our atmosphere, so we saw a lot of showers and cloudiness across most of the northwest and central Bahamas. Most of that activity will remain as that low pressure system slowly pulls towards the north and away from us, and we do expect a high pressure system to build in for the balance of the week. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, the president has been set. A Bahamian goes to the Lakers and they win a title. Michael Thompson, Rick Fox, now DeAndre Ayton. We'll see.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
My name is Troy Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust. Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. We know the lights shine brighter in Hollywood, but number 5 in purple and gold is ready to get to work from day one. DeAndre Ayton was officially introduced to the media as the newest member of the Los Angeles Lakers after signing a 2-year deal earlier this week. Ayton expressed his readiness to embrace the pressure and tradition that comes with the storied franchise. He arrives in LA looking for a fresh start and to shed the inconsistency narrative that followed him in Phoenix and Portland.
Bahamian basketball veteran and coach J.R. Kadak continues to pour into the next generation of hoopers with his Next Gen Elite Training Basketball Camp. The camp is aimed to develop fundamental skills, basketball IQ, and competitive drive in a structured high-level training environment. Kadak, the founder of JCA Academy, currently serves on the coaching staff at Sunrise Christian Academy, one of the most elite prep programs in the United States that has produced Bahamian talent like Buddy Hield, Tum Tum Naren, Travis Munning, Rashad Davis, and more.
Since the calendar flipped to July, BJ Murray and Christian Robinson have turned up the heat at the plate in AA baseball. Murray, the Chicago Cubs prospect, currently with the Knoxville Smokies, had hits in 6 of 7 games this month and has a .476 average with 6 RBI. Robinson, currently with the Amarillo Sod Poodles in the Arizona Diamondbacks system, returned from the 7-day IL and immediately got to it with a double and a triple in a win over Midland on July 2nd. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as at least 111 people confirmed dead after catastrophic flash flood swept through Texas Hill Country. Plus, the Trump administration on the defense over a recent Jeffrey Epstein files controversy. And China urging stronger unity among Haitian leaders and factions to help move the country out of crisis. The story when Our News returns.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and...
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. At least 111 people are confirmed dead and more than 170 remain missing after catastrophic flash floods swept through Texas Hill Country. Officials say 87 of the deaths occurred in Kerr County, where rescue teams are still combing the Guadalupe River for survivors. Among the dead, 27 campers and counselors from Camp Mystic, a historic all-girls Christian summer camp. At least 6 from the camp, 5 campers and 1 counselor are still unaccounted for. Hundreds of rescue workers remain on the ground as the search continues. U.S. President Donald Trump defending Attorney General Pam Bondi as pressure mounts from his base over the Justice Department's refusal to release more documents tied to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Trump scolded a reporter who raised the issue at a cabinet meeting, calling it inappropriate in light of the Texas flood tragedy. His remarks signaled continued support for Bondi despite backlash from far-right influencers accusing her of misleading the public. Criticism reignited after the Justice Department admitted no Epstein client list exists, contradicting Bondi's earlier suggestion that such a document was on her desk. Bondi now says she was referring to the general case file. And China is urging stronger unity among Haitian leaders and factions to help move the country out of crisis. Speaking at the United Nations on Wednesday, China's deputy envoy said Haiti needs a long-term Haitian-led political strategy, not one imposed from the outside. He also called for strict enforcement of the UN arms embargo to stop weapons from fueling gang violence. He said the root causes of Haiti's instability, including poverty and lack of development, must be addressed. He added that foreign aid should be used to help Haiti build self-reliance and not dependency. China says it remains committed to working with the global community to support peace and stability in Haiti. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was July 9th. Then in our news at 7:30, recent data shows a slight drop in Bahamian prices thanks to cheaper diesel, housing, and everyday goods. What else is costing less and giving your wallet some breathing room? Stay tuned. And as the country marks 52 years of independence, a call for stronger protections. The former National Crime Council chairman urges lawmakers to revisit laws protecting women and children. When our news returns.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris the Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
News, welcome back. On this day in Bahamian history, in 1943, Alfred D. Morigny was arrested for the brutal murder of his father-in-law, Sir Harry Oakes. He was later acquitted. Then in 1966, Olympic gold medalist Pauline Davis Thompson was born. And on July 9th, 1973, the Union Jack was lowered, marking the end of British rule. And in 2014, Chinese workers protested unpaid wages at Bahamas. To learn more about the events that shaped the day that was July 9th, visit ournews.bs. Well Alive is celebrating 9 years in Bahamian telecommunications, and the company is highlighting a list of milestones and achievements that have set it apart from day one, from breaking a long-standing monopoly to delivering blazing fast mobile speeds and rolling out fiber services. Alive's team says innovation has remained at the core. Alive Senior Content Coordinator Renisha Ellis says the company's impact on the industry has been nothing short of transformational.
From the jump, it's cutting edge technology. We offer the best devices, we offer the best plans, and of course we can also speak about our exemplary customer service product. We have probably one of the best, I would say, customer service representatives across the entire country, I would dare say the world. You call us, you get an answer, you get assistance, you get the assistance that you need. We also listen to our customers. Our customers have issues, we're prompt with our responses, we're prompt with our solutions.
And as part of the double celebration with Cable Bahamas' 30th anniversary, employees are receiving gifts and customers can expect discounted devices and exclusive rewards. The company launching independence promotions with phones as low as $39 and chances to win big for simply staying connected.
In terms of giving back to our customers, whenever they make any type of purchase with us over the next few months, if you have seen, we were able to send some of our customers to the John Legend concert. We had some customers enjoy the Pitbull concert this past weekend, and moving on into the summer and of course going into November and Christmas, customers who make specific purchases, that's planned purchases, they pay their bills in full, they come in and top up, they are eligible to win Atlantis Live tickets to Battle for Atlantis, and of course, Party Like a Royal that's coming up for the new year, and that's definitely something that I think people are interested in. And those are just some of the perks for just being an Alive customer and carrying out a service.
And tonight, our Boldly Bahamian series continues, celebrating the fabric of who we are, one story and one print at a time. As the countdown to our 52nd independence winds down, we are certainly just hours away. Our News has teamed up with Bahama Handprints for a campaign that's colorful, personal, and of course, proudly Bahamian. And we've had quite a few winners in our digital series giveaway already, with more chances for you to win some prints of your own coming up in just a bit. But before we get to the prizes, we take a look back at a moment that tested all of us at the height of COVID-19. And in true Bahamian fashion, Bahama Handprints turned fear into creativity. We have the story of how Handprints used its iconic mask designs to lift spirits and keep the community going. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years. When COVID-19 hit, fear and uncertainty swept through every corner of the country.
We sort of talk about it and there sort of raises hair.
In those early days, masks were hard to find. People were anxious. Businesses were unsure. But for Bahama Handprints owner Alana Van Olsen, hope started with a single photo shared in a soccer group chat.
We had Tracy, who's upstairs still. I said, Tracy, why don't you try and make a mask? And I will put it on and sort of send it to a couple of my mom groups and see if anybody wants a few masks. Maybe it'll keep everybody working for a little bit.
Those few masks, they exploded. Her inbox crashed.
It's like the lesson in life of don't put anything on social media that you don't want to go viral. It went everywhere.
Soon, Bahama Handprints became one of only 2 government-authorized mask suppliers, and the orders kept coming.
I was printing like crazy. Folks were there taking money. They didn't even want to touch the money. They put it in a box.
That's a true story. And we would throw the money, and this is true, into a box. And no one was allowed to touch it for 3 days. It was insane.
Just screens, fabric, and the sound of machines sewing color into chaos. And through it all, they can still find laughter and pride in helping the nation through one of its most difficult times.
Very proud, man. I felt, a sense of pride that I was able to be in the right place at the right time.
This sort of campaign and just sort of chatting with everybody in general about Bahama handprints and the colors and being boldly Bahamian, I think when you're in those situations and you are just scrambling, because we were scrambling, there is absolutely no doubt about it. And then you kind of move into the fact that when things calm down, people were using it as a fashion statement, and it was becoming your favorite masks, and the sort of I guess for us, the pride that it was made here and that we stepped up.
And in one of the darkest times, Bahama handprints gave us something boldly Bahamian to hold on to. Reporting for Our News, I'm Kendino Knowles. All right, now as promised, here's your chance to get in on the boldly Bahamian fun. If you love the prints you've seen, you could win a $100 Bahama Handprints gift card. Just answer tonight's trivia question. Tonight, which Our News team member walked to the beach every day after school and jumped into the water with all his school clothes on? Also, what was the result of that? Just a quick note, you'll have to follow Our News and Bahama Handprints on Facebook and Instagram to be eligible. For tonight's question, head over to Facebook to drop your answer. The first correct response wins. So good luck, and remember to stay tuned to Our News leading all the way up to independence. We've got a few more chances for you to win. All right, that's going to do it for us in News at 7. But joining us now is our Talia Hall. She's got the latest headlines. Talia, happy Wednesday.
Just
happy
the
Independence
eve of
Eve.
Independence. Yes. Thanks so much, Ken. Well, coming up, the Ministry for Grand Bahama kicks off its Youth Summer Employment Program, and our Boldly Bahamian campaign continues. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News at 7:30, a small dip in inflation is giving Bahamians some relief at the Pombahan at home. The latest consumer index report shows lower prices. Our Berthy McDermott breaks it all down. Also, a British man has dropped assault charges against a Colombian transgender woman accused of attacking him at his home. We have details from the courtroom coming up. And as the nation marks 52 years of independence, Bishop Simeon Hall is urging lawmakers to do more, starting with tougher laws to protect women and children. And later, with just hours before the big day, vendors are gearing up to dress the country in Bahamian colors. Our news team visited the R.M. Billy Park, where last-minute shoppers are stocking up on flags, shirts, and everything Bahamian. That's all coming up when Our News returns.
Inti Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. Inti is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as Inti Corporation shines brighter than ever. Inti Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
Welcome to Our News. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Talia Hall. New numbers released say that inflation has declined slightly, with the April Consumer Price Index report showing a drop in the cost of diesel and housing. So what else is costing less? Our Berthy McDermott reports.
Well, the numbers are in, and they show that inflation for the month of April dropped by 0.1% when compared to the month of March. The figures were revealed in the Bahamas National Statistical Institute's latest Consumer Price Index report. The report said the decrease is reflected in the overall price of items purchased by the average consumer during the period. It shows that this decrease followed a further decrease between the months of February 2025 and March 2025. It reads, on a month-to-month basis, the major decreases by group included food and non-alcoholic beverages by 0.8%, furnishing, household equipment, and routine household maintenance by 0.6%, and health by 0.1%. Meanwhile, the major group that increased was restaurants and hotels by 0.1%. And when compared to the same period in 2024, the data reveals the Consumer Price Index is down 0.4%. It says the major categories that registered decreases include housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels by 3.5%, recreation and culture by 2.7%, and food and non-alcoholic beverages by 1.7%. It seems inflation has started trending in the right direction. Back in February, the BNSI recorded an increase in inflation between December 2024 and January 2025. Data between January and April 2025 showed the Consumer Price Index increased. The most recent report revealed the price of gasoline rose in April while diesel declined. Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Well, a British man has dropped charges against a Colombian transgender woman who allegedly attacked him at his home. Jonathan Hope told Chief Magistrate Roberto Rackley he was no longer interested in pressing charges against 23-year-old Emmanuel Vergara. Prosecutors had alleged that Vergara beat Hope with a stick during an altercation at his home on July 1st. Vergara was arrested and charged with causing grievous harm and assault with a dangerous instrument based on Hope's complaint. Well, as the country prepares to celebrate 52 years of independence, former National Crime Council Chairman Bishop Simeon Hall is calling on lawmakers to revisit laws that protect women and children. Hall says offenders accused of crimes such as rape and violence should face stiffer penalties. And while the country celebrates independence, a clarion call for the protection of those most vulnerable in our society should be echoed.
How can a man rape someone out on bail, and while he's out on bail, he rapes somebody else? Most of the criminals in our country are now persons who are known to the police and out on bail. I'm calling on the Attorney General and the Minister of National Security to lead the fight in Bahamians becoming more aware of what's happening in that area.
Now, government will break ground on a $90 million prison facility at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. On Friday, officials hope that the new facility will separate the bad from the worst of the worst. But for Bishop Hall, he says it goes beyond that.
Yes, we do need a new prison. But along with a new prison, I think we should look at these laws, these old laws that need to be updated. And if a man rapes his son, and is out on bail and rapes his daughter, he should not be among civilized society. People in the Bahamas are crying for our laws to be made more relevant, and people around the Caribbean are saying to us, why are you so archaic?
With just hours left until Bahamians celebrate the nation's 52nd independence, local vendors say they're geared up to dress the country in true 242 style. At the R.M. Bailey Park is a vibrant display of aqua, gold, and black. From button-down shirts to jersey dresses and custom accessories, small business owners are hoping to turn patriotism into profit. Kadisha, who operates pop-up locations with her sister along Carmichael Road at the park, says this year's turtle-themed collection is making waves.
This year we decided to go with sailing, seeing that it's one of the national, it is the national sport. So we have the regatta collection, and we have that in all different colors. We have the white, the aqua, the gold, and the black. And then the shirt that I'm wearing, this is what we call a blueprint, Bahamas blueprint collection. It captures all the family islands, the whole 242 of the family islands all over it. And then we went with Team Bahamas collection.
And the designs aren't just fashionable, they're also deeply tied to national themes. Another longtime vendor opted to focus on the country's national sport and is now reaping the rewards. President of the Bailey Park Vendors Association, Karen Brown, and owner of Seasonal Collective, says she's seeing strong interest in her Regatta and Bahamas Blueprint collections.
We have a variety of colors in the turtle shirts. We have the aqua, and we also have the black that is over there. We also have the jersey dresses that says Bahamas. We also carry the button-down collar shirt with the turtle as well. So you could dress it up or dress it down. Yes. Add your little accessories. If you want to wear tennis, if you want to wear heels, you can add those accessories to it.
Well, if you're planning on going to the Independence celebration tonight, there's some rain in the forecast, so be sure to take an umbrella. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with more. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and a happy hump day, everybody. Gray skies outside our studios right now with temperatures in low 80s. Of course, we are wearing these nice, vibrant colors, courtesy of Bahama Handprints. And the campaign they're running, Boldly Beautiful, asking if you have the time, get down there and check them out. I may even get another one of these to wear again. 80 degrees outside our studios, cloudy skies, east-southeast winds at 12 miles per hour, feels like temperature is at 86. Satellite radar composite, much the same as we had yesterday, that upper level low stretching across the area with two actual lows, one just at the northeast of Bahamas, another one spinning just at the south of Cuba. You notice that spin there, but that's pumping the atmosphere, a lot of moisture across us, keeping the atmosphere destabilized. So showers and thunderstorms will be in the forecast tonight, as this low is going to be slow to move out towards the north and west. We do expect another low to get here sometime by the end of the week, but in the meantime, high pressure will build behind, and we're looking for some slightly more improved weather for the balance of the week. That's your quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, a major sporting event is underway on Grand Bahama. The 2025 Bone Fishing Tournament Series is attracting anglers from across the country while highlighting sustainable fishing. Also, dozens of young people in Grand Bahama taking part in the Ministry for Grand Bahama's annual Summer Youth Employment Program. And later, our Boldly Bahamian series takes you to Eleuthera through the eyes of senior producer and anchor Candino Knowles. From barefoot walks to midday beach walks, he shares how life on the island shaped who he is today. That's all coming up when our news returns. Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the life.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me at Talia Hall every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
A major sporting and tourism event is underway in Grand Bahama this week and is drawing anglers from around the country. The Ministry of Tourism is hosting the 2025 Bone Fishing Tournament Series, showcasing not only the beauty of Bahamian waters, but also sustainable fishing practices. It wraps up on July 13th. Deputy Prime Minister and Tourism Minister Chester Cooper said the tournament brings lasting benefits to the island and opens real career opportunities for Bahamians in the tourism sector. While welcoming the group to Grand Bahama during a ceremony Tuesday evening at the Grand Lucine Resort, Minister for West Grand Bahama and Bimini Kingsley Smith, who addressed participants during the ceremony, He addressed participants during the ceremony at the Grand Lucine Resort.
This tournament series is always special because it highlights the proud tradition in fishing in the country. From fish lines and hooks in shallow waters to fly fishing across our world-famous flats, generations of Bahamians have made their living from the sea and learned invaluable life lessons. And yes, I know, this is also a time to claim those all-important bragging rights that I understand are already being made.
Anglers from several family islands were all in attendance.
It's a tournament and it's friendly competition, but what I am so proud about this is to bring all of these legendary guides together. You're talking about hundreds of years of field scientist knowledge on the flats, and just for us to come together like this, it shows growth for the sport. And also, for me, I'm looking at how we pass this knowledge on to the next generation.
At first, I was kind of a little nervous, but then I got over that as quickly because I like the competition and plus I like to learn. So this is a learning table for me right now. So for this week, I can just be observing and learning, and I will try, see. And so not really try, but I think I can bring the championship home.
All right, really positive. Well, a summer of opportunity is underway for dozens of young people in Grand Bahama. The Ministry for Grand Bahama officially launched its annual Summer Youth Employment Program, giving high school and college students a chance to gain hands-on experience across various agencies. An event was held at the Freeport Bible Church where students gathered for orientation. Minister for Grand Bahama Ginger Moxie encouraged them to make the most of the weeks ahead, describing the program as more than just a summer job, but a stepping stone to future success.
This program is about so much more than just a paycheck. It's about building strong work habits that will last a lifetime. It's about understanding the value of showing up on time, every time, ready to contribute. It's about taking immense pride in what you do, no matter how big or small that task might seem.
These new employees were all eager to get on the job.
I think that the opportunities that are available for the summer is very beneficial to allow the youth to, explore different areas of jobs.
It's a wonderful opportunity to get work experience, and not only that, but to form meaningful connections, like they said, and to introduce us to the workforce and to give us a sense of what it would be to actually work.
I feel determined to start new work during the summer. I'm ready to get paid. Basically expand my feeling of working.
Coming up in sports, DeAndre Ayton discusses everything about joining the Lakers. A former national team player hosts a hoops camp, and a pair of minor leaguers have been absolutely raking in July.
It's just now because Wendy's 7-day summer promo, just hot cash, girl, yes, hot cash. But anyway, we did this one right now. We're trying to win this $10,000, and even if you ain't win the $10,000, you can win $2,500 every week, even if you don't get no ride, Keisha. Anyway, Keisha, I go on Miko Reach. Bye. All you gotta do is upgrade any combo between 1 to 12 to medium or large, and they get this new spicy chicken club sandwich, but I just sent Miko inside there for from June 24th to August 1st. You ain't getting the Wendy's, that's on you, but don't ask me for no money when I win.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's it's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do, and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is the great house to play, even down to the staff, is perfect. They're going to marvel.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Italia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. We know the lights shine brighter in Hollywood, but number 5 in purple and gold is ready to get to work from day one. DeAndre Ayton was officially introduced to the media as the newest member of the Los Angeles Lakers after signing a 2-year deal earlier this week. Ayton expressed his readiness to embrace the pressure and tradition that comes with the storied franchise. He arrives in LA looking for a fresh start and to shed the inconsistency narrative that followed him in Phoenix and Portland. He also spoke about the opportunity to compete for a title alongside NBA greats like LeBron James and Luka Doncic.
Should be quite fun. I like to let my ball handlers do what they do, and they lead me to do the rest. And Luka he's black and white in the pick and roll. He puts so much pressure on the rim. All you have to be willing to finish above the rim and just finish your rolls and just do your part.
Ayton brings a strong postseason resume to LA after averaging 15.9 points and 10.5 rebounds in 45 career playoff games.
At the end of the day, I'm on the court. I'm supposed to perform, and it's just different routes of organizations whether you want to win or not. And I've just taken my route where I want to win. And when it comes to wins, it's like you play hard to when you know everybody's goal is to win. You do everything you're supposed to do or you can do to win.
Bahamian basketball veteran and coach J.R. Kadak continues to pour into the next generation of hoopers with his Next Gen Elite Training Basketball Camp. The camp is aimed to develop fundamental skills, basketball IQ, and competitive drive in a structured high-level training environment. Kadat, the founder of JCA Academy, currently serves on the coaching staff at Sunrise Christian Academy, one of the most elite prep programs in the United States that has produced Bahamian talent like Buddy Hield, Tum Tum Naren, Travis Munning, Rashad Davis, and more. He brought the same standard of excellence to his local initiative, committing to develop young Bahamian talent.
I aim to develop the kids not just on the court once more, but off the court as well, and helping them to succeed not just as basketball players, but also individuals in their communities.
Since the calendar flipped to July, BJ Murray and Christian Robinson have turned up the heat at the plate in AA baseball. Murray, the Chicago Cubs prospect, currently with the Knoxville Smokies, had hits in 6 of 7 games this month and has a .476 average with 6 RBI. He went 3 for 4 and drove in 2 runs and had another 2 for 3 night with 3 RBI in wins over the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Robinson, currently with the Amarillo Subtotals in the Arizona Diamondbacks system, returned from the 7-day IL and immediately got to it with a double and a triple in a win over Midland on July 2nd. He then followed with another double on July 5th. He's hitting .353 for the month with 1 homer and has scored 5 runs. That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. Not like I needed much convincing, but DeAndre Ayton already won me over with the press conference.
Purple and gold, 18, Lake Show, we ready.
What else needs to be said other than raise the banner? Back to the studio.
When our news comes back from the break, our Boldly Bahamian series takes you to the island of Eleuthera tonight through the eyes of senior producer and anchor Candino Knowles. From barefoot walks to midday beach breaks, he shares how life on the island shaped who he is today. The full story when our news continues. Stay with us.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, from the teams you already trust.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
This is our news. Welcome back. We are still under the influence of that upper level trough with disturbance moving across the area. That's keeping our atmosphere destabilized. So we're looking at widespread showers and thunderstorm activity across the northwest and portions of the central Bahamas. Some of those showers will be locally heavy at times. Thunderstorms will be strong to severe. So if you happen to be moving around, make sure you tune in and listen to all the advisories put up by the Department of Meteorology, because we could expect some severe weather across the area. Talking about the tropics, quiet there, nothing happening in the open Atlantic. Far eastern Atlantic, couple of weak tropical waves moving across the tropical belt. The Caribbean also quiet at this time, upper level low spinning just to the south of Cuba. And then into the Gulf of Mexico, it's also quiet. Another disturbance associated with the wave. That one moved in across Mexico. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with that upper level low and that disturbance moving across us, really plaguing the northwest Bahamas through tonight and into tomorrow. Most of the activity will stay there, and then by Friday we expect a gradual clearing, but we do expect another upper level disturbance to move through for the weekend. Boating forecast, northwest and central Bahamas tonight to tomorrow. Your winds will be out of the east to southeast 15 to 20 knots, so a caution flag is in place for the local waters, for the Atlantic side, and advisory. Sea is running 4 to 7 feet of open waters. High tide is at 7:55 tonight. The low tide at 2:27 in the morning. Southeast Bahamas, an advisory in place for you guys down there. High rip current risk. East to southeast winds 15 to 25 knots. Sea is a very rough 5 to 8 feet of open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we keep the showers in the forecast through Thursday, and then we get a gradual clearing on Friday. Another disturbance moving on the weekend, so we stick some off showers in the forecast, and by next week we expect things to gradually improve as high pressure builds in. High will be near the 90-degree mark. Lows will be in the upper 70s. That's a look at our weather, but before we go, we'd like to say thank you to Bahama Handprints for outfitting us with this campaign that we've been running, Boldly Bahamian. Of course, if you want one of these, get down there and check them out. That's a look at our weather. Have a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg. Well, tonight, our Boldly Bahamian series continues, celebrating the fabric of who we are, one story and one print at a time. As we count down to our 52nd independence, Our News is teamed up with Bahama Handprints for a campaign that's colorful, personal, and proudly Bahamian. And tonight, senior producer and anchor Candino Knowles shares his personal story from barefoot walks around the island of Eleuthera to jumping off the main dock in Tarpon Bay. He says life on Eleuthera has really helped shape who he is today. He reflects on the days of walking to and from school in Tarpon Bay and the walks along the beach when it was time to go home for lunch. And while Candino says his presence on the nightly news is one thing for those who've been a part of his upbringing, and there are many, they know that behind the suit is a story rooted in community and resilience, which is all tied to his island heritage.
I think all of Bahama handprints are beautiful, but the ones that stand out to me, obviously the pineapples. We got it in black, you got it in navy, and of course I've got it on in turquoise. And the one thing about the pineapples is the fact that they are Lutra pure. It's what makes us Lutra pure, right? More than that, I think just the fact that my island has continuously shown resilience through economic turmoil, the ability for the island to continue to progress forward despite some of the challenges that exist. Fact is community is what keeps Eleuthera moving. The pineapple is just a reminder for me of where I come from, and I'm proud to wear it. I will say, again, growing up on the island taught me resilience. It taught me how to show up. And at the end of the day, I was only able to do that because of the community. That those island roots certainly put me in a position to be able to do the same for others. By virtue of being an Eleuthera boy, Lutra pure, I feel just proud to be able to represent every night here in New Providence.
All right, Lutra Pure. I learned a new term. Thanks so much for that, Candino. And now we look back at a moment that tested all of us, the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. And in true Bahamian fashion, Bahama handprints turned fare into creativity. Our news anchor, Candino Knowles, has a story of how Bahama handprints uses iconic mask designs to lift spirits and keep the community going.
It's hard to believe it's been 5 years. When COVID-19 hit, fear and uncertainty swept through every corner of the country.
We sort of talk about it and they sort of raise his hair.
In those early days, masks were hard to find. People were anxious. Businesses were unsure. But for Bahama Handprints owner Alana Van Olsen, hope started with a single photo shared in a soccer group chat.
We had Tracy, who's upstairs still. I said, Tracy, why don't you try and make a mask? And I will put it on and sort of send it to a couple of my mom groups and see if anybody wants a few masks. Maybe it'll keep everybody working for a little bit.
Those few masks, they exploded. Her inbox crashed.
It's like the lesson in life of don't put anything on social media that you don't want to go viral. It went everywhere.
Soon, Bahama Handprints became one of only 2 government-authorized mask suppliers, and the orders kept coming.
I was printing like crazy. Folks were there taking money. They didn't even want to touch the money. They put it in a box.
That's a true story.
Tell us that story.
And we would throw the money, and this is true, into a box. And no one was allowed to touch it for 3 days. It was insane.
Just screens, fabric, and the sound of machines sewing color into chaos. And through it all, they can still find laughter and pride in helping the nation through one of its most difficult times.
Very proud, man. Yeah. I felt, a sense of pride that I was able to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. This sort of campaign and just sort of chatting with everybody in general about Bahama handprints and the colors and being boldly Bahamian, I think when you're in those situations and you are just scrambling, because we were scrambling, there is absolutely no doubt about it. And then you kind of move into the fact that when things calm down, people were using it as a fashion statement, and it was becoming your favorite masks, and the sort of I guess for us, the pride that it was made here and that we stepped up.
And in one of the darkest times, Bahama Handprints gave us something boldly Bahamian to hold on to. Reporting for Our News, I'm Candino Knowles.
All right, thanks so much, Candino. And now, as promised, here's your chance to get in on the Boldly Bahamian fun. If you love the prints you've seen, you could win a $100 Bahama Handprints gift card. Just answer tonight's trivia question. Which Our News team member grew up in Abaco, and what was his unpopular opinion? And just a quick note, you'll have to be following Our News and Bahama Handprints on Facebook and Instagram to be eligible. For tonight's question, head to our Facebook page to drop your answer. First correct response wins. Good luck. And remember, stay tuned to Our News leading all the way up to Independence Day for more chances to win. Thank you so much for joining us for Our News tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.